don't go through your business growth alone. I mean, you can do that, but you're going to come up against some obstacles and you're going to be a lot more tired. You're going to probably spend a lot more money instead of taking advantage of the people that are out there willing to help you.
Welcome to the On-Site Podcast. We chat with contractors, educators, industry professionals about the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's fucking get into it. All right, we're back at the Contractor Growth Seminar with our second live in-person podcast recording. And today we have one of the speakers from the Contractor Growth Seminar, Brady Morse, who's one of the coaches inside of the Elite Builders Society. Brady, honestly, I think we're both tired right now, which is totally fine. It's to be expected after traveling all across, Canada to get to Chilliwack to really provide an opportunity, because truly that's what we did. We provided an opportunity to so many different contractors. Dude, takeaways from the event. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Like you said, a bit tired. Flew from Ontario on Wednesday and just kind of been going since. I think it was great. Like, it was a great opportunity to get to know people on this side of the country. We help people all over North America. It was great to see, my one client that I have over here. It's great to see all the guys you work with and just get in a room and actually, shake hands and actually kind of talk. The event itself went well. Like, I mean, it was exciting to be a part of this for someone to be able to actually be on that side of the table, the facilitating side. I don't have many of these events, but I've never been a facilitator. So thanks for having me. And what did you think? How do you think?
I think it went great. I mean, considering we didn't really truly see the space that we were having it in, it was all just conversation. So it was like, we're just going to kind of figure it out when we get here. We had to improvise a little bit, even like, the microphone situations. I mean, these types of problems are going to happen, but this is what, being a contractor is about. You have to solve problems. So I feel like, overall, we solved micro little problems that were coming up throughout the entire event. Focus on really just creating an experience for everyone. And I thought we really achieved that today.
Yeah, I was telling you before I came in here, my wife accompanied me here today. She's not a contractor. She's a business owner, right? And she took a lot of value out of it, even just as a traditional business owner on the wellness side of things. And yeah, looking around the room, like, everybody's super engaged, right? Like, she was letting me know that everybody's super engaged, taking pictures of slides and everything like that. So I think that, your mission to deliver the value to the people that made the intentional decision to come and work on their business, I think went well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. I really liked your presentation too. I like your journey and how you took everyone through that. And I was running around doing all the things in between all of that. But, when you were putting together your presentation today, like, what was your objective with really trying to put that in front of people?
Yeah, I think my biggest objective was just to, obviously I talked about system and processes, more so than that, just let them know that there are people available to them that, have lived this journey, have gone through these things, and to take advantage of that, right? Like, don't go through your business growth alone. I mean, you can do that, but you're going to come up against some obstacles and you're going to be a lot more tired. You're going to probably spend a lot more money instead of taking advantage of the people that are out there willing to help you.
Yeah. Another thing I want to touch on is, you and your wife came to Chilliwack. You guys made the truck together. She didn't have to come. You came because you guys created an experience. And, two parts, like, what all did you do while you were experiencing in Chilliwack? And we still have a lot to do. Like, we're going fishing tomorrow, which is exciting. And we're going to have our guide hopefully on one of these episodes in the future. But, you guys came down here together. What have you guys done so far?
Yeah, so we went whitewater rafting yesterday on the Chilliwack River. It was awesome. We went rafting for our first time.
How cold's the water?
Well, it wasn't bad. Like, they give you wetsuits. It wasn't bad. Like, I mean, I jumped in and was swimming. I jumped off a cliff, all that fun stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But, I mean, it wasn't like warm pool water like that. But, I mean, it was refreshing, dude. I loved it. Like, we started rafting back in 2018 for our first rafting trip together in Kickoff, so Golden, BC. And now every time we get a chance to go rafting somewhere, we take it. So that was like a thing when we came out to Chilliwack. And so we did that. We filled up like a lot of restaurants, and honestly, we've just gone to bed. Like, we've been to bed at like 9 o'clock. Yeah. We're both busy, right? She's an entrepreneur. I'm building the like coaching practice and everything. And this is actually it was a win for us because about a year and a half ago, we decided she was going to quit her job and start her business. And I was quitting my job to start the coaching thing, right? Like, I'd already been an entrepreneur. You heard my story. Yeah. And we made the conscious decision that, hey, you know what? We're going to make the intentional decision to take action. As we're talking today, taking action. And we're not going to stay stagnant in our growth anymore. So we both, quit our jobs, started her business. We had a strategic plan in place, got her business in place, and I started taking on clients. Yeah. And this was a big reason why. It's like, we want to be able to travel. I don't want to be asking for vacation. I as an entrepreneur, 15, 16 years before that. I'm not used to asking for vacations. She was kind of tired of that. So, it's just like, hey, let's do this. So we want to travel. So then this opportunity came up, I'm like, let's go. It might not be exactly in your industry, but you're going to take value from the seminar. When you're here, you can go and you can explore, Pilates, Doers, and stuff. So all in all, it's actually a win. Like I said, losing goal, it's something that we achieved just coming here together.
Yeah, cool. I mean, and developing as a relationship too. And, talking to my girlfriend in hindsight, should have invited her, should have brought her with. And moving forward, definitely going to make this, a couple's experience for the people that are coming and want to be a part of that, so we can create that. But I love that you guys came together. I love that you've experienced things together. But being entrepreneurs together, in a marriage, how long has your wife been business owner for?
So technically she was a business owner for a bit. She was a realtor for about 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
But outside of that, she's mostly worked in the hotel industry. Like, she's worked all over the world. Like, she started getting into hotels when she lived with her parents in Dubai. That kind of stuff. But really and truly, like, diving into action, we put some capital into this business, and we actually, decided to put a business plan in place and build it intentionally to scale. And this is the first time that she's done it. So really, like, about a year and a half.
Yeah, but crazy pressure for both of you.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do hard shit.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise you're just going to be stuck in the 9 to 5, and you're going to wake up one day, retire at 60 and maybe have a heart attack at 62. I just don't want that life.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, I think relationships, like, my girlfriend's an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur, and I think that, relationships can be forged like that. I think that it's probably better, honestly. Like, if you're in a relationship and your partner is kind of like cautious with your business adventures, you're going to feel the resentment, and you're going to feel that pressure, and I'm sure that your relationship, is really empowering for both of you to just continue to go. We can work through these hard things, we can figure things out and navigate this territory, because being an entrepreneur is not just scary. There are fun perks to it. You get to really personally develop and grow, and I think it's cool that you guys are doing that together.
So I have a question for you too. Like, I know you were talking, like, your girlfriend just actually scaled its own business as well.
Yeah.
So being entrepreneurs, and just you have kids?
No.
Okay, so you have your kids.
Yeah.
Part of our journey too is we want to show our kids that you don't have to take the traditional path. You can get out and you can experience stuff. You can watch your mom and dad go through hard stuff and come out the other side more successful. And we had Toby in today talking about AI. That's a big component. So as people grow, as AI grows, I should say, and your traditional jobs start to disappear, do you think that it's our job as parents to show our kids a different path than that traditional 9 to 5? Because those jobs might not exist as they traditionally.
Yeah. So Keaton, there's this group called Limitless Society, and he's got like 5 or 6 kids. He just had a little boy, and I know, like, he's got a house full of girls. Okay. And he just had a little boy, and so he did a seminar, and he was claiming that he's going to have 10,000 people, and he failed, and he only had a couple thousand people. And he brought a lot of big names from all over the world, which is crazy. That's the thing that I find is so crazy. It's like, you're going to put all of this information in one bucket, and, people don't show up. The reason I'm bringing him up is because he got on stage in one of his presentations, and he said, the reason I do all this shit is to give them a space to dream. If my dreams are crazy and audacious, and my kids dream half of what I dream, or even greater than what I dream, then the success will find them, right? And so for me, I find that, giving my kids just a platform so they can see that, my dad was fearless in everything that he did. It didn't matter how hard it got. It didn't matter the things that he went through. He still kept going. He still continued to pursue. And when they can see those aha moments where it's like, yeah, that's my dad, or yeah, that's my whatever, those are the reasons why I do a lot of this crazy shit, because I want to give them the confidence that it's okay for you to think in ways that seem delusionally optimistic. You have to be a bit deranged to travel halfway across Canada to a small little town in the middle of frickin' nowhere, attach a sturgeon fishing trip and some shooting, and think that you can fill a seminar. And we did. I think we did a great job, and I think that he saw that. I think that he saw that come together today, and he's like, man, this is crazy. Like,
so I was actually going to say that, in Jackson, because he said, I think he's 18. Right?
He's 18,
Yeah,
just graduated.
Freaking experience. I know he's been on the podcast and everything. But now he's starting to see that, that you can dream big and work hard at things and start.
And you can do big. Like, you can do big things. You just have to you need to have confidence that the movement you're making makes sense, and you need to stand behind it, even if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I found really admirable about Keaton, and that's where I want to tie it back. He failed, and he admittedly failed, and he openly talked about it.
Yeah.
The very next day, he's like, yeah, I failed. Like, I only had a couple thousand people there, and, you know, we did a great job, but I showed my kids that I'm going to stand in the fire, and like, he didn't pout, he didn't whine, he didn't do anything. It was just like, yeah, fucking gonna learn from this and move forward, you know, and I learned from his experience.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, every ticket is not guaranteed. Every ticket is going to be scraped in some way, shape, or form, because unfortunately, the handful of people that actually take their business seriously is starting to diminish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people, I think right now what's happening is that people believe that AI is going to solve their problem, and they're going to create the prompts, they're going to create the strategies, they're going to talk to it. But in turn, AI is a bit single-sided, where it will only give you the response that it sees. And so if you think that you're going to use AI as your coach, you're delusional, which is good, being delusional, but like delusionally optimistic about believing that things can happen. But, you know, you just can't trust it to create that space. And so I feel like the coaching space is naturally going to struggle over the next couple of years, which is fine. But it's also going to transform. And I think what's really important is that if you own a business, right, you're listening to this right now, you own a business, I think your main duty is to be in a room with people that can help you prompt the tool in a way to create an outcome. And I think that part, you know, was really cool, that he was just, you know, I'm tying it back to Keaton here, the fact that he was willing to be honest, willing to be vulnerable, share the experience. But I watched him go through that whole thing, and I think he's experiencing the same kind of thing. He was like, man, I had the greatest Logan Paul, all these people were coming from all over.
Wow, yeah.
I don't know what the bill was on paying all of these people, but a couple thousand people in an opportunity where you could have 10,000, and it was $100. Like the lowest ticket was $100. Crazy.
Yeah.
Like the industry, it's not even about the industry, really. It's about people. Hey, we've got an ad here. Make sure to pay attention. What's up, guys? Are you a contractor or business owner looking to take things to the next level? Well, I've got something for you. The Elite Builder Society is a community that helps contractors grow and scale. For $49 a month, you can have access to 20 group coaching calls. Look, you're probably wondering, how am I going to show up to 20 calls, Brandon? That's a lot. And yeah, it is a lot for $49 a month. But every call is recorded so you can watch it at your leisure. But you get the best experience when you're live on the call with us. Okay, at the end of every webinar, there will be a Q&A where you can ask the industry expert questions that you can implement into your business. Look, if you're ready to take things to the next level for $49 a month, go to ebsworks.com and register today. I look forward to seeing you inside the community.
Well, there's lessons in that, right? So, I mean, even if he's out of money, you know, he lost some money maybe on the where he's out of pocket, you know, he's just paying a tuition. He's just paying a fee for the next one, right?
Yeah, but I think it's tough. Like, you know, the tuition is in every business. The tuition is in your construction business. The tuition's in your drywall business, your painting business, your plumbing business, your HVAC business. The tuition is in there, but also there's guidance inside of other people's tuition, you know? And so even though, like, I wasn't at Keaton's event, I got my tuition from his humbled, you know, experience and sharing that it didn't go good. Ours went great. Good enough for me. That was my expectation. It wasn't crazy. I wasn't putting 10,000 people into space. I don't earn that space. But I've learned now that because I'm delusionally optimistic, there could be at some point, I would think that, yeah, we can do 10,000 people.
Well, I mean, you did this a bit intentionally too, right? You knew that you had to get in, you knew you had to do something, create some data points so you know how to do the next one.
Yeah. No, I mean, I loved it. It was great. Lots of great conversations. Loved your presentation. I know you were uncomfortable with it, but at the same time, it didn't feel like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I feel like when you have a natural message, a natural story, it's just something that's natural and you speak from the heart. I mean, you know, it becomes natural. It doesn't become like forced or uncomfortable. And so I really enjoyed that. I thought it was great.
Yeah, great. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. And I liked yours too. Like, it just really, like, you know, you speak with so much confidence, but again, probably to your point, it's because you have a story of actually real facts, real things to lean on, right? Which creates trust immediately. Right? Yeah, like, you can tell when somebody gets up and they don't actually have, you know, the backing that they're trying to promote, they're trying to push. Yes, it had, like, there was value to it. It helped me, you know, look at the business differently, look at how I could scale it differently. But in the end, we ended up feeling like, you know, we were just a number, just somebody getting a big bill at the end of it. And the people who were coaching us, you know, well, you know, there were some of them pretty smart people. They didn't actually have that life experience of building something and scaling something.
Or failing.
Yeah, or failing. Yeah.
Yeah, like you have to go through the shit sometimes just get that tuition.
Yeah.
You know, in order for you to, like, the emotion of struggle is an unfamiliar territory for so many people. And I think it's a necessary territory for people to experience in capacities. I don't think everyone can do it. Like, I don't think,
No.
you know, I don't think a lot of the struggle that I've gone through in my business, I don't think like 50% of that room, if not, you know, I don't even think 90% of that room could go through what some of the things that I've gone through, primarily just because you have to be, again, delusional to understand what can be on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you have to bury it down, right? You can't think about, like, what am I actually doing right now? Because you actually think about how crazy it is to go on your own, to pull the cord from, you know, your traditional income, like your traditional job, and actually just go out and just bet on yourself. Like, some days I'll look at that and I'll just be like, can't think about that right now, because, like, I think of my kids, I think of my house, I think about, you know, the legacy I'm trying to leave for them. Like, oh man, when's, you know, when I was a contractor, I was like, when's my next big sale going to be? Or like, man, it's coaching. It's like, how do I get to this point, you know, where I want to get to growth-wise, if you actually think about how crazy it is, that you're just putting yourself out there and you know, trying to create something. Sometimes it just, you know, can be pretty overwhelming. Yeah,
I mean, it can be, but at the end of the day, you have to also have the confidence to understand that if you solve a big enough problem, right, in your industry, and you've done it for someone, then there will be a lineup of people. You just have to get that message out there in that story. And I think today we had a great opportunity for a lot of people to really share, you know, what they grew from or what they're growing towards within their business, and met a lot of new faces, had great conversations, collected some data on how we can really continue to grow this on our next tour, which, you know, is the intent is that we're going to come to your hometown or close to you, and rep one of these things, you know, local to you, and get some of your friends and your people that are in your corner, and we'll fill a room. And dude, I'm confident that we can probably increase our number by about, you know, if not 70, like we could almost probably double it. I think based on what we've learned, I feel like we can probably double, you know, the room size. And it only matters because there's more data points inside of more people, obviously, but there's also more opportunity with more people, because in that room, there are still only a handful of people that are willing to take action at the end of the day when they're given an opportunity. And I think this is just a natural thing, of fear, you know, that exists. Like, we're talking about, you know, doing our businesses, your wife, all those kind of things. There's a lot of scary shit in there. Yeah. And you have to make really hard decisions sometimes, and they don't make sense to you because you don't have the physical outcome that you're trying to project, you know? And so you have to just, you know, hope and dream a little bit, and hope is not a strategy.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's why I pointed to this at my presentation. That's the reason why we actually hired a coach for my wife, right? So, like, you know, I've been in business so long, I can help you with finance. I understand how all this works, but it's also just like, why don't we get somebody in your corner who you can trust, who's been through it, to help you grow? And it was one of the best decisions we made, right? We did that early on. We did that when the company was new, and we just put a little bunch of capital to get the building, buy the equipment, do all the things. And we were like, okay, so it's one more bill, it's one more, you know, basically $1,000 a month payment. So you know what? We did it, and it was worth it, and we're happy we did it.
What's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying this episode of the On-Site Podcast. So here's the deal. We want to grow this show, and we need your help. It's simple. Pay the tax, share the show. That's it. Let's get back into it. My girlfriend joined a tech group just over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know the exact date. But it was in a time in her business where she needed, you know, information. And I can give her tons of information, but I'm not, like, there's sometimes that separation that needs to come from other people. And, you know, and that's more of a group setting in person. And there's intention behind how tech groups, I don't know if you're familiar with those groups, but there's intention behind it. And that's helped her a lot, you know, and it's helped her really understand her business and look at it differently. And so I think at the end of the day, it's like, whether you're here today, and shame on you, I already shamed you in the last video, but whether you're here or not, or you're in a future room, the feedback that I can give to you is like, put yourself in uncomfortable situations, have conversations with people that have done what you're trying to do, so that they can guide and shape your next decision moving forward. And, you know, you've got a lot of great life experience with your businesses and even with the industry itself. And that's a lot of value to people.
It's good just to have a sounding block, right?
Yeah.
Like, if somebody, you know, starts asking questions, sometimes they're just looking at me like, am I crazy, or does this make sense? And it actually makes sense, but they just need to have that push of confidence.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, dude, I thought it was great. I'm excited about the next one. A lot of things we can learn from, improve, grow, change.
transform, and then we're ripping podcasts and we're putting in all the hours only because we really want to just try to help more people and create a bigger impact in the industry.
Talking about helping more people, what did you think about the Notepad video?
I thought it was cool, man. And we came together at the very last minute. We're creating this, this intentional training software that is adaptive, and it teaches you where you're at, and so there's still a lot of work to do with that as well. But no, I thought it was super cool, and excited to have Aaron join us in our next one.
Yeah, I'm excited for that platform to launch. That's going to be huge value, and we already just keep improving it as we even just have conversations. And, we put some work into it, and the next thing you know, we're already doing something else. We're the text platform going and everything else.
Yeah, 100%. And so this is the thing. Like within the Elite Builder Society, there's group calls, there's coaching, there's one-on-one, but true data here, or the true transformation actually, will live within these training material that we're going to be putting in front of people. The industry is forever changing. Brady's built, the site to sale product that we're implementing into this North Hive education tool. And it's a bunch of words right now, right? All that stuff is words. But at the end of the day, what I want you to take away from that is that we're listening to the people. We're implementing the things we've learned. We're implementing proven systems that have worked with hundreds of people. And we're allowing or opening our door to you essentially to use that. Our community is only $49 a month, blah, blah, blah. You can click the link, do your thing. I don't care. I'm not going to speak specifically for Brady, but I personally only want to work with people that want to work with me. I only want people in the community that actually want to grow their business. I don't want to fuck around with people that, are 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because we're not going to see any growth.
Well, it's also an energy drain, right? Like I learned that in the contracting world is after so many times of pulling up doing projects with people that weren't the best fit for me, how much time that drained, and just the end result was never as good as the people who wanted to actually be successful in the projects. And I feel like that translates right to coaching.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, same thing. Like you have a client that you don't want to work with. You got a shitty experience with them. You're like, oh, I wish I didn't do that. Same thing in coaching.
Yeah.
People are people.
Yeah, so we are aligned in that. I'm intentionally building my clientele that way. We'll do the initial offer, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Going through that, it's as much for them as it is for me to know, is this going to fit? Should we really take this to the next step?
Yeah. Yeah, because maybe we're not a good fit, and at the end of the day, that's what it really comes down to, identifying the people you can work with and you can't. And that's the same thing that we would tell, any contractor that's looking at hiring a client. But I know you got to get to bed. I know you're trying to go for dinner and a few other things, and the day's coming to an end, but I appreciate you. We're going to do a couple more episodes. Until next time, thank you so much, Brady, for tuning in today.
Cheers, thanks for having me.
All right, that concludes this episode of the On-Site Podcast. Remember, if you enjoyed this episode, please pay the tax, share the show. Guys, if you want to be a part of the Elite Builder Society, all you got to do is pay $49 a month. That's it. $49 a month. You get 20 group coaching calls every month. Okay? Go to ebsworks.com and register today. If you enjoyed the show, please pay the tax and share the show.